welcome back to my channel. It feels so weird to say that after not have had said that in so many months, but I am back with another video, and I promise, I feel like this is like the fourth time I've said this, but I promise this time I plan on being a lot more consistent. Excuse the echo, we moved. And I'll tell you guys why we moved in just a second, but we moved and we're still getting settled in our new place. I'm currently in our new homeschool space, so stay tuned for that video of our new homeschool room tour because it's quite beautiful. I'm in love, but we're still unpacking. Haven't finished none of the rooms in the house. Every room is still kind of under construction, shall I say. Let's get into why we moved. So we moved from Maryland to Philadelphia. If you guys are not familiar with our channel, my husband and I shared many moons ago that he is originally from Philadelphia, so we moved back to Philadelphia. And why we moved to Philadelphia? We're launching a church. So I'm going to share a lot more details in many episodes to come. My husband, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be joining me back on the channel. We're going to share a little bit more behind the scenes of what it's like to start a new ministry, and just our journey in that. So stay tuned for that. All of the information is going to be soon to come. So all we're asking for right now is just prayers and just well wishes as we begin our new adventure. We technically downsized, and I say that in quotes because we went from a house to an apartment, but our apartment is huge, okay? Our apartment is, I want to say 3 times bigger than the house we were in. It is absolutely huge. It is amazing. We are in love with our space. Every single room is just very perfect, and it's so unique to our family. Like every single room, there's like you can just tell that there was a lot of thought put into it. But yes, let's go ahead and get into why you guys are here. Where have I been? We took a break. As you guys can tell, homeschool was a lot last year. There was a lot of transitioning happening for our family as we began preparing and praying and planning our new church launch, and what that would look like for our family as far as moving, relocating, and just making sure that our kids got a lot of attention. And so we took a pause on pretty much all things content. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram or TikTok, please be sure to follow me there at Jazelberry. So there's still a lot of content. I did pause on all content during our packing process, moving process, unpacking process, but I do plan to come back this summer for all things social media content so you guys can be involved in our journey. We are super excited. We enjoy sharing our lives with you guys. I enjoy personally sharing our homeschool content with you guys. My daughter, she's gonna be 5 this year, y'all, and she is entering her kindergarten year, our kindergarten homeschool year. We're super excited. She enjoys all things content. She loves when we're recording our homeschool. She loves when I'm editing. She loves to show you guys. She loves to watch it back when I'm done editing. It's actually really cute to see because she's like, oh my gosh, that was today. Oh my gosh, I remember doing that. And like, she gets so excited. Homeschool's hard, y'all. Don't let these videos fool you. Homeschool is hard. So I'm definitely gonna show you guys the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly. So stay tuned for all of that. Homeschool was a struggle last year, okay? So I'm gonna just be honest. I had to put a pause on content and just focus on homeschooling. I had a 2-year-old, and my goodness, he was a handful, okay? It took a lot of time and attention from me to give to him, which he really needed. And even still, like, he's in his 3s and he's in like the three-nager season. He wanted to be extremely involved in every single thing that his sister was doing, and it took a lot of time and attention from me. So I had to stop content to really focus on the attention that he needed, but also making sure that my daughter was receiving what she needed to receive. And it was a transition for her. Like, this was the first year that he was actually at the table joining us for lessons, and so it was a transition for her as well. But I think this upcoming year is going to be really good for us. Even though we have paused on our formal days, I think next year both of my kids will be super ready for it. Like, our schedule, super ready for all things homeschool. So I'm excited for that. My son, believe it or not, he's only 3, but he will be entering into his pre-K year. He is super smart, super advanced. Now, maturity-wise, I'm still not quite sure where we are with that yet, but a lot of things can happen and a lot of things can change. And so with that being said, I don't want to hold him off when I think that he's ready to move on to the next, like what's next for him. He did preschool and all of that was all cute and dandy, but he wants his own workbook. He wants to sit down with his sister and he wants to do his own thing. He wants to write his name. He wants to do those things. And so we're going to try pre-K4 this year with Sissy doing kindergarten. We're super excited for that. So much has changed for us in the last year. I am going to be entering my weight loss journey soon. I want to lose about 25 pounds, so I'm still working on that. And now that I'm getting older, I need to prioritize my own health. Like, I prioritize my kids' health, I prioritize my husband's health, but I always tend to put myself on the back burner. So this year, this upcoming year, I want to prioritize myself. I want to lose 25 pounds. Which would put me at pre-baby weight for my son, and so I think that's a realistic goal. I'll say 25 pounds by the end of the year. I think that's realistic. I think I have. Today's June 1st that I'm recording this. Sorry, no. Today's June 2nd. No. What's today's date? June 2nd. It's June 2nd that I'm recording this, so I literally have 6 more months to go. I think 25 pounds is doable. Packing, moving, unpacking, doing the stairs. I think I have lost a lot of weight. Clothes fit differently. And so even though I haven't stepped on the scale, I can visibly see that clothes fit differently. I physically can see that I look a little different than I did a couple of months ago. And so I'll call that as a win. I don't know exactly how much it was because I don't know where I was when I started versus now. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I ever told you guys. We got a dog. And so our dog will be 1 year old at the end of this month, right before my daughter turns 5. My dog turns 1. And so having a puppy is no joke, okay? We got him when he was about, how old was he? He was born at the end of June and we got him at the end of September. So that's June, July, August. He was 3 months when we got him. And so we've had him for almost a year. We've had him for about 9 months. And we are in love. We love having a dog around. It is hard work, y'all. It is a lot of hard work having a dog around 24/7. It's kind of like, it's not even just a dog, having a puppy around. It's like having another baby because you constantly, like, when you first get the dog, you have to house train your dog. You have to crate train your dog. You have to show your dog where to use the bathroom versus not to use the bathroom. But then also introducing your dog to your children and then playing, like having them play and just learn each other was a little scary for me because, like I said, my son was about 2.5. He was a lot younger then. I feel like he turned 3 and he's just matured a little bit more. He got a lot more maturing to do, but he matured from like early 2s to now early 3s. Like a year made a difference for him. And so I love the way I have noticed that his interactions with our dog has changed from when we first got him to now. And then my daughter definitely was in love. So backstory on actually how we ended up getting our dog. Me and my daughter was in homeschool one day and my son had been having a really hard week. My husband was working from home and he said, you know what, it's gonna be a Father-Son day. And so they went on a Father-Son day. They went to a couple of stores. They went to PetSmart. They were supposed to go to I don't know what store it was, but they were supposed to go to like an animal store and go try to get a turtle. Long story short, we never got a turtle. We ended up getting a dog because my husband fell in love with one of the dogs that they had there. Like, he was like, oh, I love this dog. This dog is so pretty. It was an Australian Shepherd. It was a beautiful dog, but extremely hyper. And so we waited for me and Sissy to finish school. We went to go visit the dog and both of my kids were terrified. And if you know anything about my son, he is an animal lover. Doesn't matter how big or small your animal is, not just dogs. Any animal in general, horses, cows, goats, like any animal that you can think of, he wants to go and play with your animal. And so he was terrified of that dog. My daughter never liked dogs. She wasn't an animal lover from a distance, and as long as there was something in between you, she would do, but she was not an animal lover. And so we said, you know what, if we're gonna get a dog for this family, it has to be a dog that my daughter loves. It has to be something that my daughter's comfortable with because we don't want to traumatize her. And so we found, me and my husband, we were looking online, and we were calling around to different places, and we found think my husband found like just Amish breeder somewhere random in Pennsylvania. And so we went to go to their farm, and they had a litter of like 12 dogs. And I think only 4 of them were male. Sorry, 6 of them were male. 4 of them were like straight golden, and the other 2 were more of the English cream lab. And so we were just like looking around. My son was like playing with all of them. My daughter had no interest. She was just sitting in the corner by herself. She did not want any of the dogs to be around her. And our dog went up to her, laid at the foot of, like right there by her feet, and she just started petting him without being like asked to pet him or, you know, guided to pet him, and letting, like, no one was talking to her. The farmer was like, oh, look, your daughter's petting the dog. And my husband was like, all right, I really only came to look, but I'm going to the ATM and we're gonna get this dog. So we went to the ATM, went to, I think the only thing nearby was like a Dollar General, which worked out because, again, we had no intentions on getting any dog, so we didn't bring no collar, no leash, no nothing. So we went to Dollar General. My husband got the cash out of their ATM, and he got the dog collar and leash, a couple of car toys, a couple of toys that he could play with, because I think it was like almost an hour and a half drive from where we lived at the time to the farm. And so we went and got the dog and came home, and it was love at first sight. I have never met a dog and a human be exactly the same before in my life, but they are literally the same personality. It's actually kind of crazy. And I'm scared to get another dog, and that dog would be exactly like my son, because like I said, my son is a handful. So I can't imagine a dog being a handful. On top of that, like, our dog is the sweetest little thing. He was super easy to train. He had a couple of house mistakes, as most dogs would, but he is super easy to train. He only barks when he feels like his family is threatened. He never like just randomly barks. That's not really his thing. Like, he could walk past you, and as long as you're minding your business, not talking to me or the kids, he's minding his business and he's going about his business, okay? He is definitely a protector when he needs to be, and so I love that about him. He is not a barker. He's definitely a whiner. He's been whining a lot lately. It's been driving me crazy, but I think it's just because, again, we just moved. We're doing a lot of exploring, a lot of in and out of the house, and so we haven't gotten him house trained here. So when we leave, we do lock him in his crate, let him out when we get back. But I think he just gets sad that he's in there. Eventually, life will slow down a little bit. We've been in Philly for about a month, so life is definitely going to slow down a lot. And then my last update I want to tell you guys, we did finish out our homeschool year. Our homeschool pre-K year for my daughter is officially finished. Today is Tuesday. No, it is not. Today is Monday, and we finished this past Friday. She finished all of her curriculum that I wanted her to finish. I wasn't really stressed out about like a timeline per se, because like I said, this year wasn't for the state. We didn't have to log anything or record anything or keep any record for the state. It was really just more so making sure that she was prepared to enter into her kindergarten year, which, by the way, she is more than prepared. She's starting to read, and she's only 4. She'll be 5 next month. And so she's pretty advanced, and that's like, she's always been pretty advanced, and we're going to continue to make sure she's flourishing in that, because as long as she's loving to learn, we're going to make sure we're encouraging her to learn. And so that's all of the updates. There are a lot of videos coming soon. Definitely going to record 2025-2026 homeschool curriculum. Definitely recording a lot of church and ministry videos for you guys, and definitely sharing just our life and our journey. So please stay tuned. If you are not already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.